What is up, guys? Daniel Savage here, and as you guys can see, we have the infamous US 30 pair. And one thing I do want to explain before we get into this, if you guys don't know anything about US 30, US 30 basically moves hundreds and hundreds of pips an hour. This is the motherfucker of motherfuckers. This pair right here will bully you. This thing will fucking kill you. This pair right here, I don't know how to explain it, but this thing will literally make you cry. You will have nightmares on this pair. And I will be showing you guys how I run my Fibonacci's on this pair. Yes, you can run your Fibonacci's, but you guys got to take a lot of notes because you cannot run the Fibonacci's on US 30 like you run them on GBP pairs. You got to be very, very disciplined, and you got to be very quick. And you have to be willing to be like, fuck it, I got to close this pair because this thing will take all of your money. You guys cannot hope trade this. You guys cannot be bitches when it comes to closing. You guys gotta close. If you're losing some money, you gotta close it because you will lose more money. You will lose more money. And when you look at US 30, you guys have to look at this pair like this thing is ready to beat your ass. But you guys right now are about to get the little golden ticket. You guys are gonna get some knowledge right now that you can use in order to make money off this pair. So take a lot of notes. So when I'm running the Fibonacci's on US 30, I'm looking at 5 different time frames. I'm looking at the daily first. I'm looking at the daily. I'm seeing if we're respecting, some of our QPs. And right here, as you guys can see, we have our quarters points. 000, 750, 500. They won't look like this on your phone. They will look like this, 27,000 point something. So just use them like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the daily first, and I'm going to see where our overall trend is. You know what I'm saying? So basically, like, let's say, for example, we are over here and we're looking like, hey, look, we're creating new higher highs. We're definitely clearly on a pullback into, let's draw Fibonacci's right here. And we're in a pullback, and we are kind of respecting and retesting over and over again our buy zone. I do not suggest running your Fibonacci's on the daily on US 30. Never do that. I don't even run my Fibonacci's and get into positions on the 4 hour. Like I said, guys, this pair is very volatile. It will take your fucking money. So I'm looking at, the daily first, just to get like an overall trend. Like, were we creating new higher highs? Looking at patterns, like where are we targeting? Where's our trend the strongest? So right here, it does look like we are, disrespecting, this little area right here, where basically wanted us to come down. We kind of disrespected it, and we're pushing up, and it looks like we're trying our hardest to, create new higher highs. This QP right here was very well respected multiple times, reversal, reversal, reversal. Reject, 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 reversal. So like I said, guys, when you guys are going to trade this pair, and be with me here, guys, you can always ask me some questions. So when you guys look at this pair, always look at the daily so you can always kind of see where you're at. So like what do we have here? Like, okay, we're in this little zone right here. We're kind of consolidating in this zone right here, and it looks like we're going to break out to the upside. So you always want to find out where the overall trend is on the daily. And then you're going to go to the 4 hour. Like I said, guys, you never want to trade this pair, on the 4 hour with the Fibonacci. It does play out, as you guys can see, market structure break to the downside between our zone right here. Boom. We did respect, and we did catch over 300 points. And I like to call these points, they're basically, that was like, I don't know how many thousand pips right there, or hundreds of pips. But I look at this pair like points. I don't call them pips or nothing like that. I just look at them like points. Like I said, guys, I'm a very unique trader, and when I'm trading, I don't look at the markets like how most people look at the markets. I look at these markets like a game, and I'm here to dominate. I'm here to win, and that's why I'm very unique. So you guys want to look at these pairs like a game. Get in these pairs, get in these games, and win. We only play games to win. And that's what I want you guys to think. I want you guys to have that mindset when you guys are trading US 30 and every single pair. Look at it like a fucking game, and I want you guys to win every single time. So we did respect here, but we did have a fat, consolidation within this zone. And as you guys see, it does work out, but you guys got to be super, super risky and cautious, because this little spike right here, that's 246 points. That right there on the smallest, like the lowest lot size right there on a 1K account, if you could have been stopped out 100%. So let's just remove this out of the way, because I don't want you guys to trade US 30 on the 4 hour. I don't even do that. And remember, we're here to learn how I trade, and we're here to trade my strategy, how I make money. So we also look at the 4 hour, to see an overall trend. But one thing is, I only like to run my Fibonacci's on the 30-minute and the 1 hour. But you always need to look at the bigger picture when you're going to run the 1 hour and the 30-minute Fibonacci in directions. Remember, in my Fibonacci videos, you never want to use one against the other. So if we go right here on the 1 hour, what do we have right here? We have a market structure break to the downside, a retracement into our Fibonacci sell zone. But like I said, guys, you guys always want to look at the bigger picture. You guys got to use the Fibonacci time frames, into correlation. You got to use them as your best friends. You never want to put one against the other, because 90% of the time you will lose. It is a gamble in this market sometimes, because you either have to buy or you either have to sell. It's a 50-50, but this market is not 50-50. This market is here to fuck you up and take your money. So as you guys see here, we do have a sell zone right here. I did take this trade. But I cut it ASAP in small profit. I did take this trade. You guys can see that in my US 30 highlight where I have it labeled. It should be my third story. Let me check my Instagram really quick. It is the one. It's the closing earliest discipline. When you start to look at your analysis and feeling sure about it, cut it. Like I said, guys, when you guys trade this pair, you guys got to be on top of your shit. You cannot be like, damn, but I'm losing. You cannot hope trade this. You would lose all your money. So you guys got to use very, very good, proper risk management. And you guys got to be willing to cut it as soon as possible. So I did take this trade. I did close a little bit in profit around here, because I noticed, let's just take this off really quick. I did notice on the bigger picture, on the 4 hour, we were in a Fibonacci long market structure break to the upside. We were in a Fibonacci long. So for us to trade this going short would have been ridiculous, because we are going to respect the 4 hour 100% every single time over the 1 hour. So always use these pairs as friends. Use them in confluence. Do not trade one against the other. You never want to do that. There are some times where you can scalp them to get towards entries. Like, for example, this trade right here. Since we were on a Fibonacci 4 hour long, we weren't quite at our entry, which was down here. But if you look at here, you could have ran your Fibonacci from the market structure break to the downside right here, and basically sell and use this QP as a target. I did trade this. I got in here. I did get in a little late. And this one did make more sense than this Fibonacci long breaking market structure at the upside, because if you guys see, we have consolidation, and you guys always got to be very quick with it. You guys got to be always looking and monitoring. You can't just put one trade and leave it and look at it. No, you guys got to be looking at every single time frame and looking at everything. You got to be looking at your candles. You got to be looking at the price action. You got to see where your price is. You got to monitor this. You got to be on top of this shit like white on rice. You know what I mean? I did buy over here though. You guys can also see that in my story. I did buy here, but I started to see this consolidation and I got out because I felt like the 30-minute fib was going to be, respected a little bit more than the 1 hour. And this was the long that I did take. And when you guys are going to get into a position on either the 30-minute or the 1 hour in your Fibonacci, always use them, always use them as confluence, use them as brother and sister. Never put one against the other one. And you got to be willing to cut it quick. So write these write these little notes right now. Write this down right now. We're going to talk about take profits and stop losses and when to put them at break even. So when you're running your Fibonacci's on the 1 hour, you always want to put between a 60 to 85 point stop loss. And you always want to have between a 50 and 150, take profit, a 60 to 150 take profit. And after 25 points, you always want to put your stops to break even. 25 points every single time. So this was our entry. And look at that. We had 25 points. We could have put our stop loss to break even right there. And look at that. We could have rolled this up a little bit more, but look at this. Boom. This thing just tanked down. So at this point, that's when I got in right here. And that's where my live trade was, where I made $2,200 in 20 minutes. Excuse me. So there will be times where you guys will see the 30-minute has cleaner setups and cleaner entries and clear market structure than the 1 hour. That will happen. So right here, guys, look at this. We have a market structure break to the upside, creating new higher highs. We did have that over here, but unfortunately, we didn't retrace into our zone. So we went with that market structure breaking this high, making new higher highs. And look at this. This is what I want to tell you guys. This is a very, very, very big tip. When you guys get into this pair, when you guys are in that zone, remember, we're going to use 60 to 85 pips. We didn't get there yet. But like I said, guys, this pair will psychologically fuck you up. You guys always want to wait for that candle to close. Always. Always wait for that candle to close or wait for 2 to 3 confirmations. Because like I said, this pair does move and it moves a lot. Over here, we had our Fibonacci long on the 1 hour and 30 minute, but as you guys can see, it was respecting more to the downside than it was to the upside. Because if you look here, we did have a little, resistance that became our support. Let's kind of highlight that here. Like I said, guys, you guys always want to be looking at the bigger picture. So we did have a little, support and resistance, a little right here. And for some reason, this pair was, respecting this zone a lot more than it was our Fibonacci. So it was respecting our support and resistance zone a lot more than it was to our Fibonacci. This consolidation right here basically just could have told you like, hey, look, something's going to happen. So look at that. We broke through and we retested it right here. So we could have sold right here, where on top of that, we did have a Fibonacci short. So we could have used this zone right here in our confluence with our short to the downside and using this quarter point right here as a take profit. So like I said, guys, this pair right here is very volatile. It is very scary. You guys will have to back test a lot. You guys will have to, cut losses when it comes to it. And you guys cannot be a little bitch with this pair. You guys got to be rough. You guys got to be tough with this pair because, like I said, this pair will fuck you up psychology. It will fuck your cycle, your mental, your mind, your brain. Like this pair right here is here to destroy you, make you cry, take your money. And we're here to make money. So let's give you more examples. So when you guys are going to run your Fibonacci's on the 1 hour, you always want to have that 60 to 80 pip stop. And once you get into 25 points, always stops to break even. So as you can see, guys, we did hit, take profit 1 on here for exactly, how many points is this? 50 points. Nice. Let's look at more examples. Some of you guys are probably looking at this. We had a big spike down. We could have gotten to a little sell right here if we would have waited for a confirmation. Boom. We tipped it in, got right back out. We formed exhaustion. So we could have waited for one little more retest and we could have rolled this down to the QP, which was 75 points. And it also hit take profit 2 for 100 points. Over here, we have market structure being broken to the upside. Our fib zone right here. Like I said, guys, you guys want to use as much confluences as possible before you get in a trade. You just don't want to just use one thing. So we have market structure being broken to the upside. Even though we have, Fibonacci short, As you guys can see, we did have a huge rejection. So we could have been like, okay, and the Morningstar, it looks like we're not going to keep going down. So once you guys saw right here that this thing was going down, you guys could have bought right here. It all depends on the price action. Like I said, guys, this pair, you got to monitor it. You got to see what's happening. You know, you guys have to be ready. So since we did reject this Cortis theory point right here within this big push to the upside, you know, this gave me confidence. You know, I waited for 2 to 3 confirmations. Boom, one being closing inside and not penetrating from this, you know, from this sell, and this second rejection right here off the quarter point. So this was 2 confirmations. And then on top of that, it going right back up, closing above our 0.50. And this is our third confirmation. We spiked down a little bit, and then we started to keep going back up. And boom, what happened? We hit take profit 1 and almost hit take profit 2 for exactly almost 150 points. So ideally, this was the sell. Let's clean that up. This was the sell, so we could have sold here also. We could have waited for our 2 to 3 confirmations. This will happen right here, you know, where you will not have a chance. This thing did hit take profit 3 for 180 pips. That will happen. So you guys, if you guys would have used proper risk management, I wouldn't have opened the sell here, but like I said, guys, use anywhere between 60 and 85 pips. You know, right here, as you guys can see, we did go at about 70 pips up here. But like I said, guys, you always want to wait for that confirmation and that candle to close. So after 2 to 3 confirmations, this candle did go above and it did close, but that's just one confirmation. If we would have waited on our second candle, we could have had a position right at the spot right here. So if we would have dragged it down to 60 pips, the minimum, we were almost there. And we ended up going back to take profit 1 for exactly 78 points to respect our 750 quarter point and rejecting. So you guys, like I said, you guys got to back test. You guys got to study. Remember, I'm giving you the tools to manipulate this market and catch entry after entry. Like I said, guys, I'm a very fucking aggressive trader. I wake up in the morning and I need to make some money. I need to win. I need to trade every single fucking day. And that's why you guys are here, because you guys see the aggression. You love the aggression. And you guys have all been there where you want to trade every single day. So let's look at more examples. We had another push to the upside. We could have used this market structure break right here, Fibonacci zone. Let's highlight this zone real quick. Let's highlight the zone. Oh shit, confusing myself. So in the overall big picture, this was a short happening. We did have 2 rejections, almost 3, on this quarter point. So look at this. We didn't quite make it to our zone right here. We didn't quite make it to our zone yet. So we did come back down. So if we would have manipulated the market into our favor using our Fibonacci's just to get to that zone, we could have, you know, taken this like a little scalp. It's very risky, but you'll see how it plays out. Always wait for that candle to close. Wait for 2 to 3 confirmations. And look at that. You could have rode this right here after this candle closing. Boom, our second confirmation. You know, with our QP right here, we put it a little bit under for 70 pips. Remember, we're going to use that QP in our advantage. Worst case scenario, we will try to respect this QP one more time, so we will go a little bit under. And we could have rode this to our take profit 2, which is in our long-term Fibonacci sell zone from this big wick push down here, market structure break to the downside in this Fibonacci, you know, sell zone. And from there, we could have waited for 2 to 3 confirmations. And we could have sold. We could have sold right here. Boom. And target this QP for 150 points. So guys, like I said, it's not rocket science, but you guys do need to use these points into your advantage. You guys need to be quick. You guys need to be, very, very, disciplined when it comes to this pair, because like I said, this pair will take your fucking money. And if you guys study and take these notes and back test like how I have, you guys will be able to manipulate this market. In my opinion, US 30 is my bitch. This thing is my bitch. Look how I manipulate these markets. Market structure break to the upside. Wait for 2 confirmations, 2 to 3 confirmations after that candle closes. In this zone right here, our QP in advantage. Look at that, inner zone, boom, we're kind of respecting. Boom, look at that, huge rejection right at this QP. Another candle closing. We did close under, but if we were already in here, remember we have a 60 to 85 pip stop loss. We were almost there. We were almost there. But like I said, guys, we have a 60 to 85 point. So you guys could have put it at 75 just to make yourself feel a little bit more comfortable. So as you guys can see, we did hit take profit. We almost did hit take profit 1. But you guys would have been able to close this position or put it at stops to break even after 25 points in profit. Like I said, guys, you guys got to be on top of this shit. You guys can't hold these trades. The minute they start consolidating, the minute they start rejecting, the minute it starts looking like this, that 1 second that you guys feel concerned, cut it. Every single time. If you're not confident, cut it. You need to cut it right there. I love running my Fibonacci's on the 30-minute more than anything, but sometimes you will, see that the moves are bigger on the 1 hour. So always be cautious and don't put anything more than 85 points as a stop loss. Use proper risk management. So like I said, guys, US 30 is the motherfucker of motherfuckers. Get this pair, back test it, study it, look at your notes with your take profits and your stop losses, waiting for that candle to close, wait for 2 to 3 confirmations, use these quarter points, in your advantage. And there will be times where on the 1 hour, it does look choppy, but if you go on the 30-minute, you guys will be able to see that it looks more clear and you guys will be able to catch those setups. So right here, this did look a little choppy on the 1 hour. So we ran our fibs right here. This right here was risky. Why? Because remember, guys, we're always looking at the bigger picture. What was the bigger picture? This market structure break to the upside. You never want to use one against the other one. If it looks good on the downside and it looks good on the upside, stay away, because guess what? You're going to get a huge fucking consolidation right here. Look at this consolidation. So like I said, guys, you never want to put one against the other one. You always want to use them as confluence, and you guys want to use them as like brother and sister and friends. You never put them against each other. So guys, that's how I run my Fibonacci's. I will be putting some more examples and live trades and recaps and all that stuff on how, I was able to use this, why I took this trade, why I didn't, why stopped, why I was able to take profit. You guys will get more and more content as this course, goes. As time goes, you guys will receive content. You guys will never stop receiving, content. Like, you guys will always have content. So like I said, guys, just watch this video over and over. If you guys have to, use discipline and be on top of your shit when it comes to this pair, because you guys cannot hope trade this pair. You will lose every single time. You cannot hope trade this pair. You cannot. Damn, I'm losing money, but maybe I'll... No, it's not gonna fucking happen. So you guys need to get your mind straight. You guys gotta be in this fucking market, and you guys gotta be willing to take a loss from here and there, or cutting a profit, quick. Because like this pair right here, like I said, it's the motherfucker of motherfuckers. This was looking good, but guess what? It just tanked down. This was looking good, and they just tanked down. You guys gotta be quick with it. Stops to break even after 25 points. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Any questions, feel free to DM me or send me an email. See you in the next one.